big welcome to you, my dear Aquarius. A big welcome to you, my dear Aquarius. So the sun now is in justice, and justice is that moment where we recognize there is injustice, but justice is a man-made word. And in that word, we sometimes think, well, the duality has that right and left side and has, of course, the masculine and the feminine. But there's also inhale and exhale. And so when we come into the center of this energetic imbalance or balance, right, we are understanding clear that we need to respect both sides. We need to understand that there is no negative. The negative just means it's feminine. It's holding in the cup something within, right? Otherwise we cannot put something inside. So that's like a negative, and the positive goes inside. And so this is what kind of comes up, right? When we understand more and more that justice is about understanding an equilibrium. And so the sun gives the light to the moon, which is in your sign right now, and you're looking away from the moon. It's almost like you don't really want to handle the moon right now. And yeah, so, observe that, because you are Apollo, right, up here. And of course, if you would go to your full moon, you look at the full moon. But the new moon, we don't see up in the sky. So something in you needs to recognize that, because the sun is a dwarf star. And in that dwarf star, we recognize that this is a big star, right, that you are. And so that's where I look at. We're going to look at the King of Swords and the Knight of Cups, because both of them, according to Aleister Crowley, have above the star. And here it's the pure Aquarius. If your birthday is between the 21st of January to the 7th of February, right, then you're here in the first part of the reading. And the second part, which I have a time, you can jump forward, is between the 8th to the 19th of February. So you're a mix. And here I have a time, you can jump forward, so you don't need to look at this one. And what's important is that I need to figure out, is there a difference? And there is, right? Of course there is, right? And so the interesting part is that I'm doing these two readings under the umbrella of the star. The star is where we understand, okay, that's the sun. That's actually now when the sun is in Aquarius, that's when you're born. But we also have here with the King of Swords, to the previous reading, also a combination. That's if your birthday is between the 9th to the 20th of January. So here we have, right, the Capricorn, the devil above, and below she or he is already the King of Swords. Just that you know, right, this is in the previous reading, and there's also a time, so you can jump forward to that reading. Back to the last reading where we had Virgo sun giving Aquarius moon the light. The King of Swords, you feel the Emperor's intuition, and the Knight of Cups counterbalance thinking with doing. And of course, I always look, is there a card reoccurring? Is there a card talking again? And there isn't for both. Okay, so we begin. So I begin with the King of Swords, and out of his deck comes the star. So I have two decks, right? A German and an English. And so, of course, I can show you that this card really came out. And so he's looking at you. He's literally saying, hey, yes, you are a star. You don't need to put stars on your dress. You are the star. So trust that. So the 11 and the 17 can turn into an 8 when we unite the numbers, the 1 and the 7. The 1, the magician, the 7, of course, the success, and the 8, the infinite understanding of what success means to us. So you see, right, there is a message So what is actually your deck saying again? Because I had to take a second one, and you get the Hanged Man. And that's Neptune, and Neptune is in Aries. And the Hanged Man is bringing you the pioneer. You are a pioneer. You are someone that goes out there. And when you are not the Hanged Man, then you are in the passion for doing and creating what has not been done before. But because the Hanged Man is coming up, you are in the shadow attribute. And there we see compulsive need to keep moving on. Is that true? So you are here, right? You are here as the King of Swords and the Star. And now Neptune in Aries is bringing you, hey, you need to look why you are constantly going. But I want to see what is Aries bringing, because Neptune is in Aries. And justice is coming up. So justice is what gives the light to the moon. So deep in your subconscious, you are learning to see that justice is something that is naturally deep within us. We are naturally geared to give and to be in an equilibrium, to give and to take, but not to take too much and not to give too much, but come into an equilibrium. It's the same like the heart shape that you see. There's two equal, right, perspectives to the heart. And it's like in a circle or in the yin and yang. We have these two parts and we need to listen to it. So here we have the 12, which then turns into the 3, which is the Empress. And here again, the 11. And so there's an 11-11 portal. Then here the 8 and the 3, 11, 11, 11. 3 times the 11. That's like a clear portal for you to become the Empress. The Empress is Venus, and Venus rules Libra. And so the message is very strong, very clear, right? Trust that you are someone that is like a pioneer, going out there and searching and finding what feels right and what you want to do. And in the upside down hanging, it's a good thing to be upside down hanging, because that's where we learn. And that's when we understand what's going on. The Mother Peace Tarot, as the clarification, brings the 4 of Swords to the left, which is Jupiter in Libra. So you are meditating here, so slightly to the left, right? It's not much, but it's indicating, yes, go to the within. Learn to meditate. And what is it saying? It's almost like once you meditate, you can go out and really be that star. But also he needs to turn around and see, this is where I understand who I truly am. So the 17 and the 4 is the 21, and that's the world, the whole world. If we all would meditate, we would have not such a big mess that we have right now. And the 21 turns into the 3, and the 3 is then, of course, the understanding that you are the Empress. But we can also do the 8 and the 4, which is the 12, and the 3 is left as well. The 12, then the Hanged Man, it's like Neptune in Aries is literally saying, yes, understand what liberty means, equality means, justice means, because this is Jupiter in Libra. And Jupiter is that expansion out, which you are looking at. Beautiful. What's it saying to the Hanged Man? The Hanged Man is looking at you. And so you see that you understand, here comes the 3 and the 4, the 7, the emotional intelligence to know, I need to meditate. I need to do what I need to do to actually realize that I am now the pioneer, that I want to learn more about myself in the world, but not run after things, right? It doesn't feel right. Then, of course, justice here It's clear. You see justice. But we're going to the left, remember, right? That's why she's facing to the right. And she sees justice. And so the 4-11-11-4 as a date is appearing. And you understand that justice is really right now through the sun, right? Giving the light, right? And that justice is the one with the sword. And that you see that here comes also the 11, 4-11-11-4. And that you are understanding who you are through the swords, Jupiter in Libra, learning to meditate, learning to arrive and trust that process. Trust that you are shifting and learning. So now the Knight of Cups, Pisces, right? With the star above, he gets politics, the moon in Aquarius, and the moon is in Aquarius. Moon in Aquarius, right? So you're getting moon in Aquarius, and we're going to look deeper into this card, and here comes the politics. And we have right now crazy politics going on. The 7 and the 12 is the 19, the sun. The sun is highlighting things that are not just. When we see that we can trust our intuition, and we can also make the 3 and the 7 the 10, or the 19 the 10. The 10 is then a new cycle, a new understanding that we sometimes are looking at fake news, that we are self-fake within, right? And so we need to awaken and trust more who we are. So what is the moon bringing? The deep diver diving into the task, the 10. So we have a 10-10 portal here. And so while you're diving deeper is the trust that you let yourself fall, and you're falling into the ocean, into a task that you want to take. You are Pisces, and there is the deep ocean, and you let yourself fall into the 10-10. And know that politics has that fakeness, has that, right, inner doubt. Is this true what's going on out there? And there is a lot of really bad stuff going on. And we sometimes don't trust it and don't believe it, but you have to trust, right? And then there are really people who are being taken advantage of. So the 10-10. What is Aquarius bringing? The 2 of Cups. Venus in Cancer. So now you see that the 10 and the 2 is the 12. I have a cold, so sorry. Sometimes I'm like, I have to cough and be like, getting that out. But the 12 is the 3, and there's a 12 and it's the 3. The 33 is framing the 7. The 7, though, is the emotional intelligence that we have in our crown chakra, but the 33 is mastery, to see. If I dive deep, I find self-love, but also love to another person. Venus, right, in Cancer, and Cancer is healer, is the healer, is the one that says, well, go deeper. And so here the 33 is framing here the fakeness and the negativity that is being broadcast constantly into the world. And you need to trust that you understand here the 12 is also maybe Neptune in Aries, right? But Neptune hasn't come up, so I'm not looking at that. I'm looking at the moon in Aquarius. The moon is bringing you dive deeper, go deep. And then here Venus in Cancer is saying, yes, moon in Aquarius is bringing you these 2 cards. Trust it. You jumping here into the love, the water, the cups, the trusting, the arriving, the being with love. What is coming from the Mother Piece Tarot? The 8 of Swords to the left down. And the 8 of Swords is Jupiter in Gemini. And so when we look at this, Jupiter in Gemini with the 7 of Swords, which is moon in Aquarius, right? We see 7 and 8 swords, and this is kind of like going down, so it's finished. She's like wanting to get out, but if she would see these two ravens. She sees that there's a way out, but she's like mentally trying to break down this wall, which is like, what are you doing, woman? It's facing to the left. So the 15 swords is attachment to the devil, to the career, to the success. And you need to get out of that, right? And trust that your instinct is letting you always know that you cannot let yourself fall into this fake perspective, right? That people portray. And then the 6 appears, and the 6 is, of course, self-love. So let go of all that, what you think is fake. Just trust your inner instinct that they will tell you what is fake and what is not. Then here the 10 and the 8 is the 18, and that's the moon. The moon is saying, yes, you go deep now, right? Because the moon is in Aquarius and you got the 7 of Swords. And you got to look deeper and find the solution, and the 9 appears and you come as the hermit, as the completion towards yourselves, and know that everything is good. Then the 2 of Cups and the 8 of Swords, the 10. A 10-10 portal. And you understand that something here is clearly letting you know this is finished. You cannot go with the sword against a wall. It's like, don't. Trust that love is always coming and protecting you, and that you can begin new. Always important. And now with you, the 12 and the 8 is the 20, and that's Pluto. That's the last judgment. And Pluto, guess what, is in Aquarius. So you feel that. You feel Pluto. Maybe that's why you have the 8 of Swords. Maybe that's why you have the 7 of Swords. 15 swords. It's like something is not really right. Something is off. You need to learn to unite the 5 chakras with the 3rd eye, with the 6th chakra, and come to your sense, right? And understand that the 6 is where you're learning to understand that the 12 is the 3 and the 8 is the 11. There's also a portal. You can get the 20 or the 11. And the 11, guess what, is justice. So there is justice, and when we learn to unite these swords, then we get a 6 as well. And that's where self-love comes in. The 6 that teaches us, I love myself completely, right? I love, and I'm trusting, and I know that's where I can let go of what's happening. And so either the 20 or the 11 is helping you to liberate yourself from things that are right now attacking you, right? Either it's too much watching about what's going on politics, but I understand in the United States right now things are going really off, and also like what's happening here, right? But it's going down, so it's not this. It's like you are slowly realizing, yes, I'm gonna let go. I'm letting go because I have truly found self-love, but maybe also a relationship that is helping me to really trust what is truly going on in this world. Wow. So this is the reading for the King of Swords and the Knight of Cups, right? I hope I see you in the next reading. That's when we get the Sun in Scorpio. Until then, I thank you so much for being with me. Namaste.